Okay, I want Amy to do the intro.
Amy, try to summon the energy. The intro energy.
Amy, I've taught you well. You've listened to so many.
I do.
Welcome to the Baking It Down with Sugar Cookie Marketing podcast. I'm technically on my way out, not from this earth, but to the hospital. I go in tomorrow. But today, Amy, who we all know, we call her Mod Amy. You can call her Mother Amy.
I call her Amy for myself.
She is a saint. She is all of our moms. She's a mod in the Sugar Cookie Marketing group, and she has just been a godsend to me and Heather for all these years. But for all these years, how many years have we known you? Of you?
5. I
5
think.
years. We've never met Amy face to face till 10 minutes ago. But we thought it would be so much fun because I just, my will to be on the podcast today before surgery while I'm entering a fasting phase was little to none. But Amy decided to drive up from where? In Missouri.
Warrenton.
And how?
St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri. And it was like a 12-ish hour drive.
Well, to here it was 16. So you're welcome.
Well, Amy does have, while I wish she did drive 16 hours for the twins, she does have family in Virginia, but she did make the sacrifice and drive up an extra 4 hours just to be on the podcast and have lunch with these two nosy girls.
And you'll never guess where we're going. It's either Olive Garden or Seeds Veggies. It's going to be Seasons because this is her last meal.
So Amy, welcome to the Baking It Down podcast. We're so happy to see you in the flesh.
Thank you.
So we thought this podcast, instead of diving into boring marketing, that we could dive into the life of Amy.
Oh, even more boring.
Amy,
My question to start off with, let's start off with your bakery. Give us the backstory. When did you get started? Why did you get started? What do you sell now?
So,
and I know you have a special niche. Okay. And you can tell us how you got into that.
So I actually sold cookies in high school with my sister.
No way.
We had a standing order with a bank at Christmas time back in the 90s when nobody cared about germs. And we would just put out platters for their customers. And then I stepped away from it. But my grandma was a cake baker.
Yeah.
She had a cottage cake bakery when I was growing up. And then in high school,
did you
I
guys
did
live
cookies.
close to the grandma who
So
sold
my
them?
grandma lived with us.
Oh, no way. So you
Yeah.
kind of saw first front and center.
Yeah, I actually have memories of like going to her house before she lived with us and like going to sneak like frosting and it would be shortened.
You're the ones people post about, like my kids took a bite of the
exactly.
cookies.
Yes, that was me.
So funny.
But then I did cakes in high school. And
Okay.
then-
I guess that's your business name is.
Cookies take the cake.
Yes, because cookies are better than
Yes.
cakes.
Oh.
Do you do cakes now?
I do not.
Is that what you'd have to rebrand? Cookies and cakes.
Yeah.
Cakes take the cookies.
Yeah. No, I did cakes for a while, just for whoever, and they stressed me out because you have that time frame.
I know.
That has to be done right now.
haven't like mentally understood cakes.
Yeah.
But cake people seem to love cakes or they hate it.
Having seen both, which is our cakes more insane?
I feel like cakes, the thing about cakes is they have a higher profit margin.
Because why? It takes less time to make
there's
them.
less labor.
And then you get the
involved.
whole wedding market.
Yeah, and you have the wedding
yeah.
market, and people are trained to pay a lot of money for the
Right,
weddings.
because they're already doing it for a big event. It doesn't
Right.
matter if the cake's involved, people are involved.
Yeah, I think cookies have gotten better, but they were more of a harder sell.
I agree,
because
yeah.
it wasn't until recently. It wasn't really like the end thing to do cookies.
Yeah.
But yes, I do not enjoy cakes because
I mean, are there like melting icing PTSD?
yeah. So
Whatever.
I
Owls.
think, is Missouri hot?
yes,
Yeah. So I think
Missouri is hotter than Virginia with like your humidity.
Yeah.
Like where my mother-in-law lives in the mountains, there's no humidity.
Yeah, like a mountain kind
I
of
do like
stave
that.
it off.
Maybe
I mean,
mom's
there's a
gonna-
little bit, but not like in
Okay.
But Missouri, like, summers are creeping up to 100-ish. We've already had some days that way.
Do you guys have longer summers than Virginia has?
We're down south, right? More south than we are.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So like you guys, like I always go by like the leaves here.
Yes.
They peak, say, the beginning of October.
Yeah.
Ours would peak at the end of October. So not too much difference. We definitely get snow. We get
Oh, so you get the
Oh,
first
you guys get snow.
We
You
get,
just
like,
get a shorter winter.
Yeah, we get minus 13. I mean, last year
That's
we had
a lot.
14 inches of snow. So we get it all. It's 4 seasons there.
Oh, wow. Places
Not-
Corey will not be moving.
I'm gonna
We're in the Midwest, so we
mountains.
pull it all.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay,
Yes.
so you got started.
So I got started doing cookies when, this is terrible, but I saw some cookies for sale from a bakery, and I was like, oh, somebody's buying that? Like, I could do that, could probably do better.
But that's
So
a lot of
rude.
people get
But,
started
yeah.
is you buy. Well, that's how Corey got started. She bought them from somebody and was like, "Wow, that was really unique."
These are very cute. I think I could make. Of course, that was an uphill struggle from that. I did
Corey
not know
went from
what went.
the thought and then blah blah blah.
I just was like, oh, well, I could do that. And to
Was
be
it
honest,
buttercream cookies that you saw, or was it
No,
royal
it was
icing?
royal
Oh,
icing.
really?
Yeah,
I
so-
thought you would be a buttercream cookier since you were a cake lady.
No, I had 4 kids at the time.
Oh no!
So how many years ago is this current story that we're talking about?
So I sold my first cookie in 2000 and February, like Valentine's Day cookies of 2018.
Oh,
wow, so you've been in the
hey.
game for a while.
Yeah, so I'm not one of those, like,
Yeah,
so
COVID
got here,
bakers.
people. I'm not a COVID baker.
If anyone doesn't know, Amy has 5 kids, and not just 5 kids,
boys.
5 boys.
It's under the age. So we asked today, 17. He just turned 17.
Just
all the
turned
way down to
17
6.
to 6.
But that's what qualifies me to be a mod.
Yes.
Because
She knows how to wrangle people.
That's right.
She's wrangling all the time. Amy must have 32 hours in her day, whereas I only have 24. Because Amy's so active. She's so active with her family. She's helping her mother-in-law clean out a twin basement.
You have a job.
Yeah, she
Yes.
works for the church.
Baker and then full-time. But the interesting part about Amy, and this is what we talk about behind your back, we're like, if somebody breaks the rule, this is how I know you have 5 boys. If somebody sniffs the no sales,
Yeah.
Amy will be like, listen, I went back into their lives. I think they started selling around 2015. They've launched into this, and this I know is.
I want to say I have one child, one 15-year-old kid, but sometimes I ask myself, what would Amy do?
Oh my
In
gosh.
this situation.
Amy would be like, look at me in the eyes and lie to me straight.
Lie to me.
Tell me that again.
Okay, so did you start off when you started your bakery? Did you start with cakes and cookies, or did you gradually? You're like, this will be cookies only.
I did a couple cakes first, like I said, for just friends, because I would make. So my son Brady has non-celiac gluten sensitivity, so he can't have gluten.
Wait, pause. Give Brady the shout out he deserves right now.
Shout out to Brady Russell. Hope this makes you famous.
We're huge fans.
Brady, we're your fans. This one's up for Brady.
Back to Brady's story.
So I would make cakes for Brady because he couldn't eat regular cakes. And so, like, I learned how to make marshmallow fondant.
Oh,
so
no
I can make I
way.
made Star Wars helmets and
Yeah.
things like that were copyrighted, but I wasn't selling them.
Brady gets what
Yes,
Brady
Brady
wants.
gets what he wants. So I did that, and then, you post on Facebook and be
Yeah.
like, oh, look, I make Brady's cakes. And so then I did some anniversary cakes and things like people that were like, oh, can you do this for my family?
Sure.
But yeah, they stressed me out because, like,
I know.
the whole freezing and, like, it's got to be in this. So that's the thing about cookies is I have 5 kids.
Yeah.
So I literally have to give myself, like, an extra day for, like, ER trips.
Yeah.
And that is not even a joke. That happens quite often.
Yeah, Amy will be like, hey guys, I'm going to be MIA for a bit. We're at the hospital again. Again? Okay.
Again, yes.
This is every Monday. She sends us a message.
Actually, on the 4th of July, my kids were shooting off fireworks, and in Missouri, everything's legal. Like,
Oh,
nothing's
really?
legal here
Yeah.
in Virginia. Their boys are always like, don't go to Nani on 4th of July. It's boring. But I was like, we spent Easter in the ER, so I don't want 4th of July in the ER. So we made it out. But I was like, please stop shooting bottle rockets at each other.
It's 5 boys. There's like, I don't know. Back to you're doing cakes.
Yes.
The issue with freezing. Now, cookies have allowed you this ER.
Yeah, you probably saw in your mind, like, this is a little bit more freedom, but still in the sweets realm.
But, I don't think that when you get into sugar cookies, you really know what you're getting into.
No,
Because,
absolutely not.
It really is a huge learning curve. And honestly, I learned almost everything from watching people on Instagram.
Yeah. I want to say those Instagram videos are a little dirty. They don't show you the crying, the gnashing of teeth.
That's right. Pulling out your hair, not sleeping.
They edit those parts out.
Yes.
That's what I learned.
And they speed them way up. So, yes, I'd say that the dehydrator will change your life.
Yeah,
because
amen.
the first however many years, it was like, oh, well, I need 4 days because I have to let them dry for 8 hours before I can go to the next step.
Okay, so then you were like, you know what? I think cookies is where this is going to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, I people, I guess, were just being nice, and I sold the first ones I put up on Facebook and said, hey, does anyone, on Valentine's Day, I was like, hey, does anybody want cookies? And I sold some, and then, money. Hooks you right in, reels you right in.
So the ER doesn't pay for itself. It's whatever.
Yeah,
So then you've been cookies ever since.
Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And no cakes ever again. Do you do Brady's cakes?
Does Brady still get cakes from
He
you?
gets cookies.
Yeah, it depends. Usually it's like, oh, I have too many orders, you get cupcakes.
Hey, listen, it works. And cupcakes are just little cakes. Is what
Yes.
I've come to learn in my
So
life.
really, what got you into this was Facebook.
Yeah,
It's crazy
I would say.
how Facebook has, and then you have people like defecting from Facebook, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so now you do, and you have done, and what you have actually even done a Facebook Live on, is you did these monthly subscription boxes for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, so was that difficult to launch? Like that to me, I love the idea, but I just need to know what's on a book 2 months in advance.
If a baker said, should I do subscription boxes, what would you tell them?
I would say if you're not extremely busy, yes.
I think it's a great way to get your name out there and get the business
But
going.
I think a lot of it is that recurring book of business. If you don't have a solid marketing plan, lead generation, having something on the books every month is kind of what
it's very nice. Yeah.
So that was my whole driving force behind it, was like, I knew that, okay, if I could get so many people to sign up for 6 months, I knew we were at least going to have that much income.
That's
for
true.
those 6 months.
Yeah, that's true. So when it comes to the subscription box, how did you plan what went inside the box?
So when I launched them and advertised them, I made it very clear that if it was a holiday month, they would be holiday themed.
That's fun.
So it was, and that was kind of like my selling point, is that and I did them at a lower price than a custom order.
Yeah.
So I sold it to them as, you are going to save money and still have holiday cookies.
Yeah, and I think probably people want them for the holidays anyways.
Yeah.
And
so really the only months that weren't holiday was like August.
Yeah, which is like back to school.
That's what we
something
do with
like,
the class kids. It's kind of like,
it's like a free.
because
I
not
did
everyone has
summers
kids,
usually.
and not everyone has school kids. So we did the groovy class or something.
Yeah, we did do the group.
Yeah, and I did like the first year I just did like like watermelons. I think
Oh, something summery.
Yeah, just summer stuff.
like end of summer celebration type thing.
Flip-flops
How did
and
you
stuff.
choose the day that you would if you would go by the holiday and
So
be like,
I would, yeah. So I would let them know in advance what it was going to be for that month.
nice.
And was a day a consistent day, or was it as close to the
No,
holiday?
it was as close to the holiday as I could get it.
To me, as a consumer, that would make me feel better about.
I felt like it was a selling point
Yeah.
to it, because if I say, oh, you're going to get holiday cookies every month, and then you get Halloween in October 2nd, you're like, well,
I'm gonna be
Corey
eating
would
these
be
myself.
fine with it, but nobody else would be. I mean, now, but like Thanksgiving, I think I did like a week ahead.
Did you pick up? Do they pick up? Do you drop off, or do you ship?
Pick up. I only
That's a
did
good one.
pickups.
Nice.
I would say if you're going to do something like that, you have to really think through the worst case scenarios.
People not coming.
People not showing up,
Yeah.
and making sure that they paid in
Or
advance.
someone not showing up, the holiday being the next day, and they'll be like, "What can you do now?"
Yeah, I'm like,
who
nothing.
wants to bring a big old heart?
Yeah, so having all of that
Spelled
really
out.
spelled out, and then and the whole thing of if you don't pick up in 24 hours, it's going to be donated.
Yeah.
It's going to be frozen. Whatever you pick,
Yeah.
having that set.
There's
The
that
same with
balance
pre-sales.
of communicating in every possible instance, and then feeling like somebody's signing a legal binding contract.
Yeah. But once you get burned once or twice, then you're like, okay, these are the things that really matter to me. And I think sometimes that I feel like bakers feel like there's a hard and fast, this is what, but you're running your own business. So the beauty of running your own business is you are the boss.
Yeah.
And what works best for your family and for your lifestyle. And that's the whole point of it. I didn't get in a business to have to do what somebody else is doing.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
And it probably helped you as you were building your book of business using this, that if someone was like, hey, we had a death in the family, I won't be able to pick up, that you were going to be like, no worries, I'm going to freeze them. They taste just as good.
Yeah.
So you could maintain that relationship as you were growing your business too.
See, I know your husband's a pastor.
Yes.
And do you get lead sources from the church? Do people know you as pastor's wife, the cookie lady?
A little bit. This year for Mother's Day, I did 500 for the
did
church.
A little bit. Only 500.
Well, actually, so it was supposed to be 400, and I didn't count right.
Crazy.
I remember
Right
that.
back between the 4 and the 500 mark. We're just feeling like
I was kicking myself. But you know what? I took them and I packaged them really cute and I donated them. It was the same week
That's
as Teacher
so
Appreciation
nice.
Week.
Smart.
So I sent them to my son's school.
Oh, that's so nice.
So,
That's
you know,
fantastic.
I thought like the twins and said, we got to market these cookies somehow.
Somebody had asked yesterday in the group. She said she overbaked for an order.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Donate? Do I give them to the client as a feature,
Yeah, an
or do I
extra.
tell the client I made a mistake? And
Oh,
here's the
that's so
extras.
funny.
Yeah,
I
my
think-
opinion on that was I would not give them to the client. I would give them to somebody else.
Weren't they? Didn't they have the
Because-
client's name on them?
No,
I don't
what
She
remember.
said
wow.
an image, but she didn't say
Oh,
what it was.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I personally would not give them to the client because I would be like, well, who can I feed these to that hasn't had my
yeah.
And
cookies
there's
before?
a lead source.
Yeah.
It's a great way to take the Mother's Day cookies and give them to the teachers.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I learned from Amy is that the way you structure your life, if you go to church, if you're part of, the Girl Scouts, you have kids in the Girl Scouts, those are all avenues.
Amy only talks to the Boy Scouts.
Oh, yeah. Amy, Boy
Yeah.
Scouts. We
No
are
Boy
Boy Scouts.
I have done some Girl Scout classes.
Oh,
though.
really?
Cookie classes, yeah.
It's a great way to utilize what's already in your life because a lot of people are like, how can I think outside the box? You don't even have to go
You're
that far
running
outside
in
of the
a
box.
ton of circles.
Yeah.
You, your kid, and his school, and then church, and then we do cookie classes.
Yeah.
And then all these siblings are having babies.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just you can truly water where you're actually growing.
Well, my oldest plays hockey, and that is my
that's a good
ideal
one.
clientele.
Yeah.
Tell Archer to get on
Because
board.
it's expensive.
Those people are willing to drop
Yes.
some dough for their
Yes.
kids.
Yes.
Hey, listen, Brady, we need you to pick a sport, okay?
He likes baseball.
Oh.
Actually, track is his favorite. So.
Oh, he's a runner.
Yes,
He's a
he
runner.
is.
He's a track star. He probably knows that little doodad. The
Yes.
song.
Now, what's the biggest challenge between being a mother of 5 boys, all under 17, which is a while, I introduced you as this, don't forget her name is Amy. She has 5 sons, and running your own business. Like, what is your, this is my...
Yeah, this is how I...
Well, it's definitely like the balance of not pushing off orders to the last minute.
Yeah.
Because the chances that I have to drop something quickly and take care of something with my kids is very, very high.
Yeah.
I mean, the other day, my son cut himself with a pizza cutter. I'm like, you're literally making a pizza, and we're dropping everything to go to urgent care because you need stitches because you used a pizza cutter. So it's just not pushing that,
So you front load your work. When you get an order, you
I
prep
try.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
In theory. In theory.
That's the idea.
Yeah, so I do try to give myself some leeway because otherwise, I have never not finished an order. So
wow.
whether that means
I
I
think-
don't sleep.
That 32 hours comes in handy that you have these.
Yes. So yes, you sleep way more than I do.
Corey only
Listen, this face doesn't look this good on the 10 hours.
only sees the inside eye. Somebody asked you a question. I said it's after 9. You're like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
want to hear about it. until
Maybe
9 minutes.
I am an early bird, but you also are an early bird as well. So
This is what we say if you guys wonder how the group metrics work. Me and Amy will stay up till 11:30.
Yeah.
And she'll be like this, and I'm like, yeah, the other. And then and she's like, what do you think Corey's saying? So I don't know. You have to get on the flip side. But Corey will wake up at 6, and Amy will be like,
Amy will be awake. She never sleeps.
You catch me on both ends. And I'm on a different time zone, so.
So
So,
I didn't even know that. But you also have a job and you do work for the church.
so I am a social media.
Yeah.
The
We got the
social
guru.
media
how much do you
manager.
find a crossover between marketing your business and marketing for a church?
Well, Heather knows because I pick her brain. I'll be like, so Heather, what do you think about this? I run things by her. That's the perk of being a mod. No, yeah. No, but it's similar, except, the church side of it is more relational. You want that in your business, and I think some bakers do a better job at it than others. Well, it's really what you want. We talk about it all the time. Like, people say, should I tell them this? Should I share this?
Yeah.
And it's really what your comfort level is. But from the church standpoint, it's more about, constantly how they're involved.
Your call to actions are probably a little bit different.
Yes.
Like, come join us instead of buy these.
And it's hard, too, because, some people look at social media strictly as, an advertising platform.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And some churches try to do that. But I don't want to go to a church just because it's always, giving me a billboard.
Yeah.
So it's finding the balance. But I enjoy it because I do the photography too.
Oh, that's good.
So I
Amy
enjoy.
does Amy
I love
anything she
photography.
doesn't do?
My dad was a photographer.
Oh, no way.
If you guys don't recognize Amy as a moderator, in the baking group every Friday, she'll post these very well taken stage photos, which is so funny. People are like, this is stock photography. Like, don't take that photo. It's hers.
I will say, okay, while you can't find the lives in the group anymore, they have been moved to YouTube, but didn't you teach a live on photography?
I did
tell
two,
you
I
right
think.
now.
I think
Yeah.
I did. Well, because I did one talking about more about reels, which that one's pretty irrelevant because Instagram changes like daily.
It does every day. Yeah,
So,
for sure.
But yeah, I think I've done
Cookie
3
subscription
lives.
boxes.
Yeah, you did do it.
Amy
Yeah,
Russell.
for sure.
You did Take Better cell phone photography.
Yep.
Do you remember? Okay, do you remember when you taught that first one? Guess the day. I have these all recorded.
It's really funny because it was actually at Judy's house.
No way.
Yeah, my mother-in-law's house.
That's
So I was actually in
funny.
Virginia when I did
You're like, I feel the twins essence around here.
Yeah, I went back in my father-in-law's office and shut the
that's
door and
so
said, "Be quiet,
funny.
kids." And yeah, I was at her house.
Oh,
It was
So it was
July
in
12th,
July,
2021.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Then the next one you taught was in 2022. Take Better cell phone photography. You guys can find all these on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I want to say the cell phone photography, is that what you currently use to take your photos?
Yes.
And they're fantastic.
What
Yes,
iPhone do you
I
use?
always do. This one.
Yes.
I think it's a 14.
Oh, so nice. So it is a little bit newer in
I think.
the scheme of,
Yeah.
again,
And then-
granted, iPhone comes out with a new phone 22 times a year. So
People are going to ask for this one, making editing reels on Instagram. That was in 2022, and you're doing that on most everyone's doing them on iPhones, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
But that one is, like I said, that one's...
It's ever changing.
It changed the way that you actually edit on Instagram to look a lot more like TikTok.
Yeah.
They're a
I
lot
think they
more
were trying
similar.
to
No, you
take
told
some
me you
market
got
share.
the invite to the CapCut competitor from Instagram. Do you use
Yes,
that app?
Is
at
it,
all?
Edits.
it's called Edits? Oh, yeah. So is it a slow rollout or can anyone access it currently?
They invited me, and I haven't made a reel in my life. So
I'm not sure.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It came out, like I got invited before it was actually available.
Oh, I see. Like when it was like in beta kind
Yeah.
of thing. What do you
But they
think?
wouldn't let you in. They just said, sign up, and then
Oh,
when
that's
it like, rolls
crazy.
out, you'll have it.
Do you
So,
use it now?
I haven't really looked into it.
Yeah.
'cause,
I just
my
film-
free time.
Oh yeah, now
All
you
that
can
free
get
time
it.
you got.
I think now, well, at least on Android, you can get it. 4.6 stars.
4.6 stars. I actually just use the app InShot, and just mostly because it keeps an account of if I start a video and I actually don't post it, it maintains what I've edited so far.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, so it keeps a draft.
Yeah, I just
I
save
have
the
like
draft.
thousands of drafts in there.
I do too on Instagram. But
Oh, really?
I usually edit in Instagram, and then it lets you download without audio.
Oh no!
So
I'll
see.
Oh,
Download
that's
it, and
genius.
then if I get...
Does it do
I
the
put on TikTok
watermark
or
on
whatever.
Instagram?
Not if you download it before you
Oh.
post it.
Oh, nice.
So it just literally edits it.
Yeah, and TikTok does the same little watermark too now. If you download it for a while, they took it away when everyone was trying.
I went through and like hurried and downloaded everything without the watermark,
I did
and then
too.
now I'm like, oh look at all these.
So when it
freedom.
comes to your baking business, and you know all
Yes.
the aspects because you've been at it a while, what's your favorite part? And rarely is it ever baking the cookies. Like there's some aspect of it that's outside of that. I have a feeling you're gonna say photography.
I do enjoy the photography, but I painted for a long time. I used to do murals.
No way.
My mother was a mural artist and a portrait artist.
Oh,
That's creativity in your
You have a
blood.
very creative because your dad was a photographer.
Yeah, so my dad was a photographer for a Bible school, and did a monthly magazine. And then he was a wedding photographer, and then he was a pastor.
Oh,
But
wow.
so it was funny because like when I got into sugar cookie marketing,
Let me see when you do it.
it was
She
literally
was one
like
of the- she was one
it
of
was like October of when it opened. I don't think there's many people that have been there longer than me. Lucky them, no. But I was doing cookies, but I was like in this stage of like just seeing what I saw on Instagram and just mimicking
Yeah.
it, copying it.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it felt like when I got into sugar cookie marketing, we were all kind of new and fresh, and we were all like, wait a minute, like I don't have to do the norm. Like I can be me and do what I want to
Yeah.
do. And that's really like when I got excited about it, because I was like, oh wait, I can take a stage photo and not just put them on a baking sheet or not on the white, marble countertop.
Yeah.
Like, so it really, I think, like helped me get excited about
Your business.
my business
versus
and,
someone else's business.
and doing
trying
it
to-
my way, and like learning that like my business is most successful when
When it's tailored to you.
when I'm doing what I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I'm really like watercoloring. I do a lot of watercolor.
Yeah, you really do.
But that's because like I have the background in painting, because I used to teach like like painting with a twist kind of classes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did do that.
So I did that for when that was like in the height of time.
Yeah,
and
true.
That's a good way to make money.
Good to know.
Because like cookies are so much labor to get ready.
Yes.
That
This
it
is
was like
canvas
look,
slash Amana.
Yeah, I ran to Michael's and grabbed the big pack of value
Yeah.
canvas, and
Yeah.
we're good to go. So, but yeah.
Oh, that's so nice how you incorporated something you like into something you love, and it
Yeah.
made it. I want to say that's the number one thing about marketing. You can join sugar cookie marketing. You're going to see the way that I stage is relatively always the same, but
Right.
you don't have. That doesn't have to be you. That's just an idea of what you can do, and you can really tailor it to yourself.
And I think when people get frustrated in the group,
Yeah.
is when they think that they have to.
Absolutely.
Like we're trying to tell them that this is the only way,
Yeah.
and we're not trying to tell them that. We're trying to tell them like figure out what works best for
Yeah,
you.
because if you try the beads, God forbid, if you try the beads and you don't like the way it looks,
no beads.
yeah, turn your beads. If you try the beads or the tea towels, and you're like,
Right.
I don't love the way that looks. That's you've narrowed down what your likes
Right.
are,
I
which
keep
is
hearing Amy
fantastic.
say that my business can be whatever I want it to
Yeah.
be, whatever I need it to be at that time.
Right.
And I want to say your business can morph with you. Like
Definitely.
from kid 4 to kid 5. I don't know if there's a big difference to me that would be a night and day difference.
No, the difference is going from two to three
Oh,
is the biggest
really?
gap. Once you have 3, you're outnumbered, and so at that
Yeah.
point,
Good to
it's all
know.
gravy past there. No, that's not really. But and actually, there was actually a study the other day that were like parents of kids of 3 are like the most stressed. So
you take those jobs.
yeah, and then like once you get past 3, it's like
Just hand your clothes when you're done with them to the next.
yeah, especially when they're all the same gender, because then it's like
That helps you a lot.
As you've seen your business progress over these years and you've taken on the role of working for the church, have you been able to make your cookie business work for where you are at in life? Because you've had your father-in-law passed, and you did spend a ton of time up with your mother-in-law.
Yeah, we Heather and I talked about that one day because I was like, look how much my business has grown. Like
Yeah.
looking at
after
my
9
square.
p.m. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was good thoughts about you.
Yes. Corey just had dreams.
I feel like Amy's doing great.
Wait, Corey, Amy and I were talking last night.
Just FYI.
To keep you in the loop.
Yeah, but like that season, I did do some orders, and it was really chaotic.
Yeah.
Like I would, like rush and do them, then leave town.
Yeah.
One time I had to bring an
Oh,
order
you did
with
have
me,
to do that.
and that was
Crazy.
crazy. And I mailed it out from there. I actually had to refund an order because I mailed it back to my sister, and they ended up broken, and it was
But
a
that was
mess,
out of your
but
control.
Yeah, So I do think though that the fact that I didn't just straight up shut down.
Yeah.
Which honestly, it was mainly more of a financial thing. Like, especially coming back. I mean, my in-laws, don't get me wrong, they did not like expect me to pay to come all those times. But it was still just, it was a hard time.
It was a lot. I mean, you're saying a 12-hour drive one way.
So,
That's a long time.
Keeping my business and my social media at least active.
Yeah.
If I was ready to jump back in,
it
nobody
made it
really
easier.
even knew that I had
Yeah, because
taken
you did
a break.
kind of keep it under wraps.
Yeah, I did, and I just kind of went on with what I was doing.
Yeah.
So then, like the last 2 years of huge growth because I am, like I'm in a place now where I'm pushing it a lot
where
more.
you can't. And I want
Yeah.
to say, like we've said it before on the podcast, whatever you choose to do, if you want to make a giant announcement or not, I want to say just from hearing this, it's nice to keep your social media at least going. And it
Right.
doesn't have to be a new set every single day.
No.
It could be like a baking meme once every 2 weeks. It's just so that you don't fall out of feeds 100% completely. So that when you do want to come back in, because we do see a lot of bakers stop. Their page won't be posted to for a whole entire year. Then they'll come back, but it's an uphill battle because they've ghosted it for a whole entire year. Those people that wanted to support them, because at the end of the day, they want to support you.
Right.
They had to go support someone else just because, their kid had a
Gotta
birthday.
get myself a cookie.
So just to stay in front, I think that's a great takeaway is while you can take fewer orders, you can post a little less without just turning it off.
I like what we said, and I think there's a podcast on it. If you take a break, but you want to stay around, here's the ways to increase the funnel to decrease the orders.
Yeah. So like a few more clicks, we're not putting the URL there.
Right.
We're not saying order today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do think too, like, we talk about the content buckets and
Yeah.
your baker memes and stuff. I think anything that you can do that stays relevant to your local area.
True.
So, I'm in St. Louis and they love the Cardinals and it's all about the Cardinals. So
Is that a team?
It's a baseball
Is that
team.
okay? Good to know.
Good to know. I thought we were.
Is he playing? The Brady's named after the sports guy. Is he from this team?
No. No, that's Notre Dame. He's named after football quarterback. Totally different. Heather does not know sports guys, and it's okay. But in St. Louis, everybody loves the St. Louis Cardinals.
Okay.
And they are a baseball team. For those that don't know. But if you're from St. Louis, you're like hardcore into baseball. Even women, like everybody, they care about baseball. So opening day, I posted something about opening day. And honestly, I don't like the Cardinals. But
listen,
I know.
Don't leave us at one time.
Cardinals are the Virginia State Bird.
Yes.
Tell Hayden that.
Yes. So, but I post an opening day and I did a giveaway and it was literally a giveaway of cookies that I had made for photos. So it wasn't even like a special, if I give away anything, I never do it where I have to go make something.
That's
I always do
do
it from something I've
I think
made.
with 5 kids, that is a money-making move right there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask, like, how can I take photos when I don't have the order? And it's these kind of tactics of you make the photo, you make the cookie for content, and then you use it to donate it, so everything is still serving a purpose in your cost.
Were you giving away like a dozen, or could it have been less than a dozen?
So I usually, and I know that I'm a niche baker in the fact that I love minis.
Yes,
which is the 2.5-inch cookies that everybody wants to hate on. I love them, and they're my biggest market. I would say 95% of my orders have a minis involved.
And I love the minis idea. We talked about this. Someone said, like, when
you're going to hear a sound real quick. It's just the Diet Coke. We know.
Is it when somebody can't come up to the price that I've set? What are my options? And minis is a great option because you have lower surface area, less ingredients.
Question from one baker to another. Sorry.
You're out.
Can't talk about baking.
Do you feel like minis? They do take.
I'm sorry, she's team hate minis. So
no, I'm not. People ask for minis, but do you feel like when it comes to minis, if we're doing like a bunch of fruit, they take just as much colors, less time. Yes,
they do not take me. They are so much faster for me, and I read. Just so you know, if you're in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Podcast, I read your posts. Every single one of it gets read. Like, I don't know if there's any post that I miss. And if I miss it, Heather sees it. Or Corey.
There you go.
But I see a lot of people say they take just as much time, as much work. I don't believe that at all.
Yeah.
For me, they definitely
a
don't.
mini order. And I don't have mini cookie cutters, but someone said, can I just get minis? I don't care what they are. Mm-hmm. And I said, wow, the world is my oyster. And it was this little fruit basket. And I said, wow, this was record time for me to finish these.
I mean, you shrink something, you're making less icing.
Because I call any cookie that's 4 inches or larger an icing eater. It's taking half the bowl, just on the surface of the cookie.
Well, and just looking at, they say they take as long, but they don't because you're literally flooding less of a surface area. So I do understand where people do feel like they can be complex and it's not.
I think you can make anything too complex.
But I do some very complex.
You do, and I do not. I'm not a complex.
But, I have a higher profit. So they are not just cut and dry.
Oh, really?
Half of my price.
Smart.
They are higher price per,
but cheaper
whatever.
in the scheme
per square inch. Your mini is going to be a higher price than a square inch of your radio.
I want to say, from a marketing standpoint, that's genius. Well, and I don't know what you charge for like a dozen, but let's say around $80 a dozen. That is out of a lot of people's budgets.
Right.
But the minis, and not making exactly half price, because they do take just as much different color icings and things like that, while they don't take as much time to decorate, it puts you in a lot of more people's budgets.
And I do have a 2 dozen minimum only on minis.
Smart.
Not on
Oh, smart.
So for my minis, they can do a full-size dozen. They can do 2 dozen minis, or they can add minis to their full-size dozen.
And do you call that like the filler? Do you call
I don't
those?
call them filler.
Okay.
I don't really do filler cookies.
Yeah.
But I'm not like anybody else in the fact that I do not have tiered pricing, because I do cookies to be creative.
Yeah.
And I am not. And half the time I don't even know what I'm going to do until I sit down and bake. So I'm not good about being like, and I'm never probably going to use Procreate and be like, here's your order ahead of time.
Same girl.
Like, I have little scribbles maybe on the order form, but that's it. Like, I'm just going to go with
So if
what
somebody
I wanna
places an order with you, at what point do they know what they're going to pay?
right up front.
Because she doesn't have to, she knows the exact
But you don't
price.
know what you're doing yet. Like you
I
said.
don't tier pricing.
So no matter what you're ordering from her, she's not going to be like, oh,
I do say that it starts at this.
Yeah.
Only because
if they say they wanted gold.
I don't charge more for gold.
Oh.
I charge, if they send me an inspo photo,
Yeah.
like there's a wedding set and it's super intricate, I'll right off the bat tell them it's more
Oh,
money.
okay.
Yeah.
Then that's just because and logos, I charge more for logos.
Yeah.
Me and you are kind of same. Because I'm like, it starts at this.
Yeah, I tell them it starts at this. And then by the time they get, like, I don't ever do tiered pricing as far as saying, well, if you want gold, it's going to cost you this. If you want this many colors. I really don't even tell them how many designs they're going to get.
Yeah.
Unless they ask.
In your
and then
brain,
I limit it.
what do you, if you're doing a dozen, how many different designs do you typically lean towards?
4.
4.
What do you
That's
do?
nice. I do 6.
Just count your fingers.
Yeah.
I sometimes I do 6, but usually if it's a dozen, I do 4, and then above that I do 6 to 8.
Yeah, and I think if someone orders 2 dozen, I'll do like 4 of each. And if someone orders just a dozen, I'll do 2 of each.
Oh, so you're expanding it depending.
Sometimes
on
my
the
brain
order.
isn't that creative where I could come up with 10 different
And
designs.
sometimes I just don't want to have to do 12 of the
Yeah.
exact same.
Yeah.
Like it's not fun for me when I have to
That's why I like
keep repeating what I'm doing.
Yeah, there's no, and you're so creative as far as your outlets. I think you do tend to want to.
Yeah, and I think sometimes like I'll be in it and I'll be like, I'm really tired of making that design, and it'll just be a white, and I'll just make up something.
You're
right
so
then and
wild.
there because I'm like,
so
I'm so sick of this design. I'm gonna make something new. I never rebake anything, but if it's just and I like there again with a watercolor. Sometimes
your options are a little bit.
Sometimes I literally, like, I did ones that were bugs, and I literally flooded everything white.
And then you painted it. You put the bugs on
white.
Was it circles? Was it a plaque?
I had circles, and then I did, like, hexagons.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah.
of, okay, what's the one cookie cutter we'd pry from your cold dead hands?
Oh, I already know it's green. Whatever it is.
Yes, you're a huge fan. Okay, go
I
on.
am. I do like the green. Green's always been my favorite color.
Yeah, sure.
No, it's actually not green. It's from Amazon. They're these little hexagons.
Oh, no
And it's
way.
stacking hexagons.
Oh, so you have different sizes within the stack.
So a plaque is your go-to because it's so versatile.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
within that stack, which one's the size that you find yourself reaching for in Miss Minnie?
The mini one.
Oh, really?
Stay on brand.
Yeah. So, no, but I really do. I do mostly minis. I would say, I really do think 95% of my orders are
Okay,
minis.
are you an advent calendar girly?
I have never had success with advent
The
calendars.
advent calendars, they either make you or break it. There's bakers who can make advent calendars move at the speed of light, and then the rest of us are like, how'd you do that?
That's me.
I have one customer who, she's actually the reason that I started the Cookie of the Month Club. It's because she would literally just text me and be like, and we were friends from our kids playing sports together, and she'd be like, do you have any cookies?
Oh, that's so funny.
I don't care what they look like.
I like
do
a
you just
snacky
have
girl.
cookies?
Oh, that's
I'm a
nice.
snacky girl
So,
myself.
Yeah, a little snack.
And I do think, this is going to sound whatever, but I do think, there's such a stigma around sugar cookies that they don't taste good.
Yes.
So I do think a Cookie of the Month Club only works if you have a good tasting cookie.
Absolutely.
Because people literally just want to eat them when you're doing that a lot of times.
In
So.
your Cookie of the Month Club. Sorry to jump back to where
Yeah,
we
we're
were.
going way back
Yeah,
there.
sorry. Was it just sugar cookies you put in there, or did you ever do drop cookies plus sugar cookies?
So I'm extremely niche. I don't offer flavors. I don't offer drop cookies.
Same.
Last 4th of July, just really because I wanted to take pictures of it, I tried to offer a cookie cake.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't get any
Yeah,
hits.
you just are making a cookie the other day.
I did get an order for a cookie
you?
cake. I thought someone
Did you
typed
hit the wrong button?
I said, are you sure? This is what you're doing there. Yeah.
You
I was like,
understand
wow.
what a cookie cake is?
I mean, they're delicious.
I think it is a different market. Sugar cookies are so like you're ordering for the designs to show off. A cookie cake is a giant chocolate chip cookie.
I think
technically.
it's funny, and I appreciate any sugar cookie baker who can cross the paths of those two, because with drop cookies you're focused solely on it tastes so good.
It tastes good.
Then with sugar cookies, the legend, do you like the taste? It's like it's so pretty. And now we got one that's focused on taste and one that's focused on design, and they're so polar opposites. Because no offense to my drop cookies,
They are different. It's
the
a different
uglier a
market.
drop cookie is, the better he's gonna taste.
Yeah.
Well, and I honestly, from sugar cookie marketing, have learned that I don't want to have a bunch of fires going because I don't want to have ingredients.
Yes.
I personally have made it my mantra that I am niche. This is what I do.
That's smart.
This is all I am. I mean, at first I would have people like, oh, can you do cupcakes too? And I'm like, and cakes, and I would. And it was more like money.
It's a sale.
It's a sale.
Yeah.
And so I probably did that maybe 3 times, and then I was like, nope, sorry.
Not for me.
And I even say, like, when people ask, I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I custom, my specialty. I make it like it's this is
the feature.
This is yes.
Yeah.
I'm top notch at this.
So question, because I know everybody loves to ask this, they love to blame it a lot. Do you feel like where you are is oversaturated with cookies?
I know Amy has some opinions on this.
I don't think I'm going to say that. But Heather and I actually had a conversation about this the other day because bakers in my area were complaining about that. And I was like, well, I'm going to say it. But I was like, well, if we're that saturated, I'm the ink because I'm busy. And I think that that's an excuse.
I think when you see other people making sales, making those posts, it's easy to look internally and be like, well, I'm not making these sales. But you have to realize, Amy even said sometimes she makes cookies for content. So if you looked at that, you'd be like, well, Amy made another cardinal sale. Gosh darn it.
Well, yeah. And I think too, like, I'm not saying that I don't feel that at times. Like, I definitely do. But I'm 45 minutes from St. Louis.
Okay.
And the reality is, if I lived in St. Louis, my prices would be way higher. And I would probably have more clients.
Yeah, because it's a bigger area.
Right. And I do have some people that have driven up to an hour to come get my cookies from St. Louis.
Did you bring me some to taste?
Yes, I did not.
It's too many for the attorneys.
Well, it was like, do I wash my kids' clothes or make Corey cookies? My husband wants clean clothes. But yeah, so I mean, I do think that like it's easy to feel that at times. Yeah. And but honestly, there is a lady in sugar cookie marketing that lives. I could walk to her house.
Oh, no way.
But she does some things that I don't do.
Yeah.
She does Disney, and I won't do Disney, and that's just a personal preference.
For sure.
So I just send them to her.
That's fantastic. And I'm sure when she's booked, busy, and blessed, if she's going to send something to you.
Yeah. It's important to keep in mind. Like Amy's like, I'm taking off to literally go to the ER to drive 16 hours. And if you only focus on the baker's tagged in that, does anybody know a baker? If you're going to say, you're going to be like, well, there's too many of them. I can't do it. But you don't understand that people are constantly coming and going. We are able to see it 5 years that people take these big breaks, or people are out of town, or people are stepping back, or they're no longer offering this. And there's a market opportunity constantly.
I think we're lucky in the sugar cookie realm to have so much opportunity.
Right.
It's not that the big names came in and never left.
Right.
Because life is ever evolving, ever changing. So it allows for people newer to an industry to come in and not necessarily take all the market, but to set up a niche for ourselves that maybe doesn't compete with your niche.
Yeah.
And then we could work together.
Well, and I do think too, like a lot of times, we in the group, watching the group for 5 years, we see people who are like, oh, William Sonoma is doing cookies or whatever. But the reality is we're custom.
Yeah.
And the big names are literally never going to be able to be as custom as we are. And that doesn't mean that their product isn't, inferior in any way. No. But there's always going to be custom things that you want that is custom.
For sure.
That is not going to be something that you can get somewhere else.
And then if they waited to the last minute to order and all the bakers said, I'm booked, it's December, you're crazy.
Right.
William Sonoma is there for them.
Right. Right. So,
I think at the end of the day that customers want to order sugar cookies is the hugest thing.
Right.
Because if they were like, you know what, we're out of those, we're going, we're going to go buy from Crumble or something like that. Not saying Crumble is bad. It's that they still want to support local bakers.
Yeah,
is
they
huge.
Do. And I do think too, like sometimes we get stuck in like, honestly, especially in the group you see, oh, so-and-so sold 100 calendars and I didn't sell any calendars. You are successful as long as you're pivoting to what you are successful at. So when I look and I say, pre-sales really aren't my best.
Cup of tea.
Like I've literally never had one where I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to order more packaging. I have so many cookies. And I see that. Yeah. And do I want that? Yes, I want that. But I realize that that's not really in my area what happens. And so I've scaled way back. I only offer usually like 2 designs. And I do much better than when I try and have all the cute things.
I know.
You know, and I, as a baker, like, I want to make all the cute things. Yeah. But if my life and my kids and my husband and our financial situation is not in a place where I can just go make all the cute things and then it not sell. Yes. So I have to be very, you know, and I've even tried markets. And the reality is, if you're not doing a drop cookie or something, markets and sugar cookies don't necessarily go. Yeah. At Christmas, I can have one or two that knocks it out of the park. Yeah. Because, you know,
people are in that.
Christmas cookie.
For sure.
If for the rest of your life, you're going to think a sugar cookie at Christmas. But, you know, for other holidays and stuff, I've just learned that it's really not that successful for me. And I don't stress it. I focus on getting the customs.
And I think that's great because the lady down the street from you, down the way from you, might knock it out with pre-sales. Right. And that's what, I have a lady, she lives in the same area as me. She kills it with pre-sales. And I'm like, good for you. Because I need to know what to expect next week. Right. And to have pre-sales where you're like, oh, I have to make 50 of this. Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm more of a custom, let me make just this one little set kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing that, okay, well, if that's not going to work for me, that doesn't mean that cookies in general isn't going to work for me. It's finding what does work for me. So.
I think that's a good way to redirect anyone who comes into the group and like, my pre-sale didn't do well, but the lady down the street did well, and I feel like I want to quit. Redirect it to find something that you're passionate about, one that your customers know you for.
Thankful if pre-sales did well, because then she's not taking your customers.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm like, the busier you are with pre-sales, the more customs I get.
Right. That's why I'm like, well, then I'll grab all the customs that are floating out there that they're too busy to, you know, and that's another thing. Like, a lot of bakers who are more established will say, well, I don't offer customs in December.
Yes, I saw that.
In, you know, whatever months, and I'm like, okay, well, then I'll grab
that'll be you. You see opportunity and say, I'm going to capitalize on this, because this baker who may have more of a market share is going to step back from there, and then that's how you can really sustain yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
On that. Okay, these are great. This is so
I think
fun.
This is our first guest.
I know. I was like, first guest on the longest podcast of all time.
I quickly had AI come up with some questions to see if you could tell us apart in terms of personality.
Oh,
so we're all on the spot here.
I'm on the spot as well.
If you had to choose the one thing that makes each of us light up, that's different because we're not the same person. I had to tell the waiter yesterday, can we get one to-go box? We're going to put all the same food in it, but we don't live together.
She didn't like that. And I said, sir, I wanted to live with her. She did not live
I know we ordered the exact same thing twice, but we don't live together. Okay, what makes Corey, if you had to guess, what is Corey?
What lights me up, baby?
This is AI's question.
Well, I know what lights up Heather, and that would be cars.
That is true. That is true.
Enjoy me.
Yeah.
Zoom zoom.
Oh, you're gonna nail Heather right on
the other thing that lights me up is a police officer behind me.
Actually, driving in, I was like, don't speed, because you don't want to have to meet Heather's lawyer. So.
My husband.
I know. I actually thought about it. That'd be hilarious.
That would have been hilarious.
I'm married to Nate Jones. I am Nate Jones.
Well, Heather is definitely cars, and I feel like more techno.
Yes, she is.
Corey is more on the creative, a different creative. Like, she's more of like the hands-on creative.
I agree.
Yeah, Corey likes Archer.
Yes,
but that's kind of like a.
Okay, that's a good one. I'll take it though. I am focused on
Corey likes sleep.
I love it. It lights me up and lays me down.
Okay, equal question, but what would frustrate either of us the most?
Don't say Cordo.
I don't think I'm allowed to say on the podcast what really frustrates you.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
If you had a secret to tell, which one of us would you confide in first and why?
I don't know, because she's awake.
I would send it to Corey, but she'd never answer. So it would go. But you guys have to understand that we have a group chat.
We do.
Literally, if I'm saying
anything I see an at Corey, I do feel like it's my bat signal to coming down.
Sometimes Corey will ask something, and I'll be like, point above, and be like, read.
I am late to the party every single time. Amy was like, yeah, when I come into town. I was like, wait, you're coming to town?
But sometimes it'll be like, Snapchat, Corey, go check what Amy said. If you don't check, I'll give you this.
No. But, so really, I don't ever tell one of you something without telling the other.
Right.
Although one time, I think Corey and I were talking, and Heather came in and was like, quit talking about me.
Why are you in here?
I do recall.
I almost think it was about dating.
Yeah, it was about dating.
Yeah, it was way back in the day.
I'll let you know she was talking to everybody about that. I was just happy
You're on my roster. You're on my roster.
If we were both facing a really tough challenge, how do you think we would react differently? Like, how do you think Corey would handle it? she'd sleep through it. But
I do think Corey kind of pulls back.
I do.
But I think you've had some things in your life that have taught you that you need to
keep it close to the chest. I think Heather's like straight on. Let's figure this out.
Let's tango.
I want to let you guys know. I'm like, I'd love to crawl in a hole, but somebody's got to.
Yes,
but Corey's not going to do it, so Heather's going to do it.
Absolutely.
That'll message for Heather.
Okay, that's a good. Last two. Thank you, AI. When you're talking to us, what's a subtle cue you can tell which one you're speaking with? Okay, when you're listening to the podcast, which we never do a good job, and we do sound kind of similar. I know what you're doing.
I don't think you do on the podcast.
Really?
No.
Really?
AI is like, it sounds like.
Do I sound like I have a voice for radio? Because I really, truly think I do.
I think you both sound fine on the podcast.
I can't understand myself.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I don't think I can pull that rein that hard on that guy.
I was curious, like, if I would be like the Southern drawl slow.
Listen, my husband's got the Southern draw slow. I just talk around him.
Well, that's because he's from like the lower part of Virginia.
Yeah, that's true. You don't really have that deep of an accent.
That's because I'm from the Midwest, and so we're the melting
What's a
pot.
word you say weird to us?
Well, we say ope all
What does
the
that
time.
mean?
Ope, like, excuse
I'm
me.
going to say that.
Ope. O-P-E? Is that how we spell it?
Yeah.
O-P-E.
That's
capital
so
O-P-E.
Midwest. Ope.
Oh, I'm going to say it. This is
Like, so you're in the grocery store and you need to get around somebody. Oh, let me squeeze right past you. Like, it's
I'm
literally.
already saying
Actually,
that.
I made a TikTok one time and I was like the Midwest baker, and like I would drop sprinkles and be like, oh, and I burnt cookies. Oh, like it's just some.
What do we say? Get out of the way! Get off the road!
This is my new thing. Hey, buddy, you got to squeeze my
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Chief, I'm coming right through.
That's so funny.
Have you ever mistaken one of us based on something we have said or done that acted like the other person?
Well, that's hard because we're usually
I
talking.
know.
With
Yeah, you're
social
reading it.
media.
It says
so
Heather
it's like,
said blah.
Yeah, it's literally right there.
Oh, shit, I thought that was Corey.
Who was it?
Heather, are you a course?
Here's a better one. What's a unique habit or quirk that each of us has?
Unique habit or quirk?
Quirk. Oh, snakes.
That's
yeah.
gross snake
Amy
bites.
is
Surrounded
standing
by
right
snakes.
by a snake right now. And she said, if it comes towards me, please blink twice so I know to get
I
out.
did feed them 2 days ago, so you wouldn't have to deal with
Well,
that.
That
That's
feeding is
good.
good. That means they're not hungry for you, Amy.
Yes.
So you're welcome. You're welcome for that
It's a shame.
one.
I'm really sweet. They would have liked me.
Yes. Yeah.
The snakes are weird, and I saved them. I want to let everyone know I didn't purposefully buy them. I was like, you poor little guy.
So, Amy, if someone wants to follow you on social media, if
You
you
want
want
them
them,
to follow you on
yeah,
social
you can say no. But I know your Instagram has great tips for bakers.
So my Facebook, please don't follow that.
Yeah.
I keep my and most bakers don't do this, and I really don't get anything out
Yeah.
of it. It's just so when I started cookies, I learned so much from Instagram bakers.
For sure.
And there was a couple of them that I would message them and they would answer me.
Oh,
and
that's
and they
nice.
had tons of followers, which I do not. But I will answer you. But
Yeah.
I'm Cookies Take the Cake on Instagram, and I just decided I wanted to gear it towards helping bakers because I got helped so much.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, why am I pouring so much into this? Because I literally get nothing out of it. Because I definitely don't get any meta money out of it. The other day I got a check for $2. I was like, I broke over. I got $2.
That is like, you want to bake minis? Here's your mini tray.
Yes.
But on Amy's Instagram, she shows you how to stage photos,
I think
tips
you
and
even sell
tricks.
an occasional cookie tag, right? They could find that from Instagram.
I put one out there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
it was-
only because there were so many people who are like, where did you get that? I
Right,
liked it.
yeah.
And I was like,
Hey,
well,
buddy.
I made it. But yeah, so photography, I really try and help with photography on
do.
there and with baking tips because, and I even like when I teach a class, I tell the people to follow me there because they can see stuff.
More
If you guys are
nitty-gritty.
wondering, that's a great idea to get people from classes, which I find are kind of hard outside of signing up for the
Yeah.
next class to get
Yeah.
to your social media. We try to group. Hit or miss.
I'm still posting to it religiously.
Oh, that's good,
Yeah,
that's
I'm in
good.
there. I'm in there.
I've been
What
like,
is anybody else? That's the question.
No, it's just me. It's just
we've got to
work.
crack that code. I'm waiting for the December people to join.
Yeah, I
They're
find
always a
when
different
people
vibe.
want to learn, they're more like, I'm going to sit on the sidelines and absorb
Yeah.
the teachings versus like necessarily putting something out there because they
True.
feel so new.
Yeah.
They're like, I have nothing to share.
Yeah.
But like your fails are something to learn. And it's hard to tell people like, push your fails.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
and I actually on my Instagram did a couple reels lately that were I literally asked other bakers to comment like their tips because
Oh, that's-
I did like what's your tips
Yeah,
for puffy
that one.
icing? What's your color bleed tips? Just to see,
just to
because
bring
everybody
the
has
finds
something
together.
different.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but definitely you can find, I just, anything that I feel like helps me, then I go and post it on there to help somebody else because, and two, like if I get excited about like a new technique that I came up with or whatever, because I figured out a different way to do pencils this year and it like really excited me.
Pencils are difficult.
Give us a teaser.
Yeah.
Give us only half of the solution.
So
the rest of us have to go
it involves
follow.
parchment paper.
Ah, that's good. Girl, you do
take it right there. Don't say
you
anything
do. Okay,
I
so
do.
I'm going to do rapid fire questions.
Yes.
Favorite cut or shop? I already know the answer.
Kaleido.
Kaleido cuts. Amy is a Kaleido cut.
Wait, here's a question though, because I was just we did an extension on our taxes, so we were doing that recently.
Hate that word.
And so we were like looking up how many cutters I bought last year. How many orders? How many times did I order cookie cutters?
Well,
I'm gonna say
she runs. Does she run one sale or two sales a year? I know she does one for sure.
I'm not sure. I don't.
So you're not even shopping.
Am I going to be like? I'm going to say 10.
I'm going to say 20.
3.
What? Were they giant
You don't
orders?
buy. You
I am
ahead.
so frugal, it's ridiculous.
That's great, Amy.
So-
Now, do you have a 3D printer?
No.
No to sell.
No to
Okay, what's the
sell.
next one?
My kids would like one.
That's a good idea.
That's true. They'll probably use it
Number
very good.
one, cookie tool will never be able to take it. You'll never release the
My
grip.
dehydrator.
Really?
Because
Yeah.
it literally opened up my life. Because, like I said, having
Absolutely.
5 kids, it would be so hard because my husband would be like, well, when are you going to be done? I'm like, well, they got to sit for 8 hours, then I have to go back to them. And now I'm like piping them in
Do you
and out.
have like a 10 tray or like an 8 tray?
I have a 10 tray, but I only keep like 6 in it.
Yeah.
Just because I want the room.
Back to rapid
And
fire.
I do have the fan
Number
going.
of orders you refunded this year?
This year, I don't think I did.
Good. Your meringue powder this year.
Because I told him to dig around the dumpster. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, this year I didn't mess anything up this
Okay,
year.
we're halfway through there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your meringue powder that you use. Wilton.
Wilton.
Where do you find Wilton's?
I usually buy it at Walmart.
Oh, really?
Yes,
They still
because
sell it.
I'm not good at like pre-planning. I mean, I have 5 kids, and
that's
I'll go in the
you're
cookie
probably
room and I'm
in
like,
Walmart
well,
getting
shoot.
the snacks for
Yeah.
the kiddos and just snag mine.
You're going to
there.
hate this rapid fire question. Have you unboxed the Eddie yet?
No.
I did it! That's what.
No, I feel
Like you're charging for Lomos, you're not printing.
Yeah, I want to say that that is so normal. It's overwhelming to get something so new, so big.
Well, it's like the tech. Well, one, I needed to get a computer that would work with it. But my son, my 17-year-old, who is very tech savvy, the other day was like, Mom, we need to get this out. I'm like, I know, we really want to.
Hey, Brady, tell Aiden. Do
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to like finding a space for it.
I'm sure that it's not going to get hit with a football or a hockey puck.
Actually, yeah. So our house, I took a bedroom because for our sanity, like I had to have a space.
I agree.
Dedicated.
Because I can just shut the door. And, with 5 people, 5 kids, 7 people in and out, I needed a space. And sometimes I feel guilty that my kids share a room. So like I'm cookie room. But I'm like, no, it actually makes their life better.
Unless you're as twins.
For sure.
As twins,
we
we've
shared.
only shared
Yeah.
rooms.
Listen, I had to share a bed when I was growing up with my sister. So I'm like, you guys have your own beds.
made you
You're happy.
stronger as a person.
My sister used to like draw a line. She would pinch me if I went over the line. And you know what, sister?
We created a pillow device.
Yeah.
We wanted to touch
Yeah. But he's going to help me do that because I do want to have it up and ready for Christmas because I
that's
do really
great.
want to go for
Yeah.
some corporate Christmas
Yeah.
orders. Because I usually get some and I hate myself
I
as I'm
know.
hand piping all those logos.
I know. Your favorite brand of food coloring?
I have a lot of Americolor. I really like Sugar Art.
The powders. Are you using the powders?
Yeah.
I like powders too.
But I have a giant box of the
Heavenly Seven.
Heavenly 70,
Yeah.
Nifty 50, one of those.
I have the airbrush Nifty 50 and I love that.
Oh, really?
I know a lot of people hate on the airbrush, but I enjoy my airbrush.
I cannot remember the
and
last
I
time
use
I-
well, and I paint with some of the airbrush
Yes.
colors
that's
too.
true.
Do you feel like painting with the airbrush colors is better than painting with the gel food colors?
Sometimes they bind up when
really?
you
'Cause the gel
add the alcohol.
Has like clumping ability
Yeah,
for me
so
for
there's
whatever reason.
either one of them can like bind up. I feel like red does more than other colors.
Oh, interesting.
And we all
Red
know
will
that could
take
be
you for a
changing.
ride.
Who knows?
Who knows? By 2027,
yeah,
might be a
what
total
we're going to be
different.
doing.
Switched
But
up bugs carcasses.
I really like painting with powders, but I don't have very. But
Yeah.
I am very frugal, guys. If I can if I can figure it out and what's in my room, I'm not buying
I think that's
anything new.
huge. I
So
think
I
it
don't
all
know.
take a lesson.
Yeah.
I don't buy new stuff very often unless I just absolutely have to have it.
Least used cookie tool besides Eddie.
The turntable.
I only do
everybody
it.
said that.
I only really do that with florals when you got to go in a circle.
Well, I have a cheap one and it like sticks and it's like not really worth it.
I hate to scooch us along here, but these cameras only have so
Okay,
much.
sorry.
Because they were probably going to be like 4 hours.
Tell us when
I was like, girl, I want to go into your life story.
Why are you named Amy?
My bad.
What's your middle name?
Lynn.
Amy Lynn. When
That
you're in
good
trouble next
80s
time, I'm going to
middle
say
name.
Amy Lynn. Huh?
I said that good 80s middle name.
Amy Lynn. It really does. Flow off the
Ruth
tongue.
I
A.M.
was supposed to be Amy Joe.
That flows off the. That's very
And that would
60s
have been a
Midwestern.
family. Like my aunt is Joanne, so it would have been a
cute.
family name. Because I'm the only one of my sisters that doesn't have a family name. So,
Oh.
but I was a C-section. My mom was a little doped up on drugs.
She's a Lynn in it.
Yep, she went with Lynn. So
Amy Lynn kind
here
of
we are.
I like Amy Lynn.
Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 texting questions to the STL Me About It by Cookie Design Lab. Save 15% if you use code TWINS.
Yeah. So Amy, you get to choose the number this time.
If you win, if Amy has chosen you, you get to redeem a Cookie Design Lab membership for a month where you can print off your own cookie cutters and be frugal like Amy.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you'll love me.
Yes.
When I delete your post. So I have to pick a number?
Yeah.
1, 2,
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I've never been on this side of the computer screen.
Sarah from Maryland, you win. And she said, wishing you a quick and easy recovery, Corey.
Aw.
Sarah from Maryland.
Thank you.
And thank everyone who showed up.
Yeah, I want to say just thank you to everybody who made such sweet comments. You know, I did feel out of my realm because Amy's right. I keep cards close to the chest. It was like an out of body experience to share that, but
You were doing this the entire time.
I was so nervous. No, you guys have been truly so.
When Corey leans
truly
way
sweet.
back in her chair.
Ooh, yeah, I gotta let those pits breathe.
So, Sarah, if you email me, Heather at sugarcookiemarketing.com, you can get the Cookie Design Lab membership for free. But the rest of you, for 15% off, use code TWINS.
Nice.
Next question, and then we'll scooch along here. Simple question, she says. Can you include a link to sign up for the Instagram collabs in your podcast emails, or maybe a little email list for people who have participated in past collabs, and email them with a heads up of the reminder for the next collab? I hear the collabs, but I never see the links until it's really close to starting time. What
Amy,
is she talking
explain what these collabs are for us, yeah.
So they are where a
Amy's
bunch
like, wow, it's a full-time job.
Sorry, girl.
gosh, guys,
We'll feed you after.
I'm getting a steak just so you know. No,
You do.
No, so the cookie collabs are when we, as a group, we build engagement by posting something that we pick a theme. And I don't know, do we feel like they're as successful now that the hashtags
Not
are...
my favorite, the only option.
We tried it. We sat down. That's truly the only way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because hashtags used to be like you could just click the hashtag and it would
Absolutely.
take you to everybody's.
And
But last time it was pretty easy to
it
still
did pull in
find
some.
them. Yeah, it still pulled some of them.
Yeah.
In. But basically, it's a way that we go and we build engagement on each other's posts. So then that hypothetically pushes us up in the algorithm, which if you follow it and you actually check yourself before and after, it really does make a difference.
No, it did. That
Did it make me millions? No, but it did get me a lot of new eyes on my stuff. So yeah.
So the next collab is July 25th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry to my Californians, we'll adjust. It'll be a Cookie My Logo where you're going to turn your own logo into a cookie. And the hashtag for that will be hashtag SCM Collab Logo, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So last time it was SCM Collab Baker. Because the weird hashtags and how they work, we have to choose a new hashtag every time. So this one will be logo. This one will be a great one if, you wanted to print. You got to get Eddie out now. He's going to have to make an appearance. If you do want to showcase that you can make corporate orders come December when you're really busy with classes and everything like that, this would be a great time if you wanted to print your logo and showcase what you can do. But also piping logos or using edible printer sheets.
Yeah.
Still, whatever it is, to demonstrate a skill that you can, and this is corporate girly era tactics.
Yeah.
And then everyone will come and engage with you for that 1 hour, and you'll see an increase in likes, which will be an increase in reach. Also, last Thursday I did my first roast and toast. Hilarious.
Oh, I actually
My
learned
winner
something
just
from
claimed
it.
it. I gotta message her back, and I'm doing a roast and toast this Thursday at 2, and another one next week at 6.
I'm just
preparation.
going to explain what the roast and toast is. Because
I'm sorry.
I did not sign up for the roast and toast.
Yeah, Heather made me against my will sign up for it. So I definitely had
And
to
everyone
attend.
who watched it said, wow, I thought this was so much nicer than I thought it was, and I wish I had signed up.
Yeah, so the Roast and Toast, we have a midsummer membership sale. It is from July 27th to August 2nd.
Here's a great one. Amy's actually in the Cookie College as a little thanks for being a moderator. What do you, if you could tell people who are on the fence about the midsummer membership sale, who would be the ideal baker to snag?
Hey, guys watching this, don't mind the gun to Amy's head right now.
Yeah.
Say what we
I'm like, what?
This ain't coming out. Come on, Felicia.
So what I think is most, like, who it's beneficial for?
Yeah, because it's not a perfect fit for everybody, and that I know. But for the person who I'd like to, who would you say it was?
I think that it's anybody who's actually, like, genuinely serious about growing their business. You know, I don't think that, and if you're like me and you don't like to spend money, now is the time to hop on it.
Yeah.
Because really, like, I don't think you grasp the value behind it until you're actually in it and you're, like, looking through it. And also, like, but you do have to be, like, self-motivated to use it.
You do. It does require...
Because it's one of those things that you're getting out of it what you're putting into
Yeah.
it. So if you're going in there and you're looking up classes and you're doing the classes, then you're going to get something out of it. And, you know, a lot of people... And there's another Facebook group that a lot of people really like because Heather's nicer in there.
Yeah, she is. She is. Amy's
I'm not in there, so I don't get to, you know, be mean in there. No. But, you know, because I think a lot of people look at it as just, oh, well, that's where you get cookie class kits. But it's not really.
Yeah.
To me, when it was created, the concept behind it was to help you be growing and learning, like, the ins and outs of your business. Like, you know, we were watching Jeopardy, and I knew what SEO was, and my kids were like, how do you know that? I was like, that's because Heather taught us about search engine optimization. So, you know, my one Jeopardy question of all time. But, you know, like, it's more for, like, and I tell people all the time, they're like, I want my business to grow. Where do I start? I'm like, literally, you can start here. Like, it's worth, and I think bakers sometimes are hesitant to invest.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the reality is, if you're going to make money, you're going to have to spend some at some point.
Unfortunately.
So it's better to have it targeted into something that you can, you know, actually see.
Yeah.
And you can track, you know, how this actually is helping you. And if it's not, then you cancel.
Yeah, I want to say going in there with the mindset of tracking. Like, I'm going to up my photo. I'm going to take the photography course.
Right.
I'm going to see if I get more engagement. Here's what my engagement was before I took the course. Here's what it is after. Granted, nothing is overnight. So your first
and
great
I do
photo.
think some people write off SEM in general because they...
it's not instantaneous
right.
success.
You try it one time and they're like, well, that didn't work
Yeah.
for me. But, you know, it's that consistent,
Yeah.
like, and really social media marketing, if we're going to sell on social media, we have to be consistent.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even with your, you know, or if you have a Google profile or whatever, you have to be maintaining it.
I mean,
you know?
if you made one post and we all made $1 million,
when
we
we all
wouldn't
do
be here. We wouldn't be talking about it.
Right.
That's true.
Thank you so much. That was good. Buy you lunch later.
it looks like a steak is coming in soon.
But if you want to watch the roast and toast, in which case I'll do, it's only 30 minutes. I only spend 5 minutes per baker. A compliment sandwich, 2 goods.
Can I
two
just do
things
like a
I
breakdown? Because
choose.
I thought it was so good.
Go right ahead, girl.
Okay, I didn't know what Heather had planned for this roast and toast.
Heather didn't know what Heather had planned.
That's why I didn't sign up, because I did not want to be
like,
toasted.
watch her. We just stay on the toasty part. Never, you know.
I'm so sorry. The roast is the toast is the
yeah,
this
watch
is the
her
yummy
stick
part.
on the
toast
roasty
is
post.
the good part.
So she took people who signed up. She either chose a Instagram profile from them, so she went over your bio, the website, your Facebook. It wasn't that she went through all 52 of your social profiles and website and tore you apart. She gave you, hey, you did great here. Here's what I would suggest to add. One thing that she said that I actually implemented myself, and I am in SCM, I've been in there for years, was she was right. My Instagram looks very similar to my Facebook page. So to have in my Facebook bio 3 different links where they could click to my Instagram or my TikTok or my website, I was wasting that space, because at the end of the day, whatever you don't find on my Facebook, it's not going to appear on my Instagram. So I took it off and just put my website on there, because at the end of the day, that's where you go to make an order.
Right.
So I don't want them to have 52 more clicks and then get lost in the sauce of my Instagram, which looks
and then get
very
distracted
similar.
and never
exactly.
come back and
yeah, their
find
5
it.
kids go
Yeah.
to the ER.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I thought that was good.
So you guys can watch the roast toast. I'm roasting and toasting 5 more bakers on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then again at 6 p.m. the next following Thursday, in preparation for the Midsummer membership sale, which will be the last week of July, from July 27th to August 2nd, and everything we have is on sale. If you are like Amy and like to save money and you've been on the fence about this, you could sign up for just a month. You could see if you like it, implement the stuff. I think you're going to like what you said, but this will be the only sale we run until, and I hate to use the word, the Vendy
ready for November.
Yeah, that means cooler weather. I'm willing.
I know. I really am trying to will it into.
Not
just
me. I'm like, please, I don't want school to start. So
fair.
Then they go. They leave. They go off on the bus.
We got reunited.
and then the principal calls you.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. My bad.
Our sponsors, Amy. How much do you listen to the podcast? Can you list out the sponsors? In any form you want to.
No, give her a little hint. Okay, first.
When's it a
I
box
could
in
have
your
told
house?
you a lot. I could have told you what they were like a couple months ago.
Cookie Design Lab is the one
That
who
one's the
actually.
new one.
That's the new one.
I'm still going to quiz her on these. Okay, this is a baking supply shop. They were a vendor at the Vendy Blend.
This is the newest one. Even I had
Yes.
trouble remembering.
I don't know who you picked.
It is.
Baking Me Crazy. Code Favorite Twin
Oh.
or Heather. Just kidding. Just code Favorite Twin for 10%.
I follow them on Facebook or Instagram.
Oh,
Karen is
good
very
girl.
nice. This is a meringue powder Corey likes.
Oh, so the bakety bake.
Bakety Bake. Code
Yeah.
Twin. Save 10%.
Royal batch.
Royal Badge.
This is We Spoke at What's Poppin' Con. It's by this company.
You talking about Cookie Con or
No,
Hetty Con?
it's cake.
Popping Con.
Oh.
It was for cake poppers.
Oh, you would.
Yeah.
Do you remember this
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Do you do cake pops?
No.
Maybe
Yeah.
this will be
I
your
am
gateway.
sugar cookies.
Sorry.
only.
Yeah.
Niche girl. You know,
I'm
niche
niche.
girls.
I almost bought her this. Daisy makes it what I almost bought you a mold, and I said this will collect dust over in Amy's house. Let me not add that to her.
This is true.
Water.
Okay, last but not least, he's in a box in your basement.
Eddie. He's not in my basement because my basement is old.
He's in a box in your cookie room.
He's sitting in my cookie room and my son's
Just looking at you in a big old box.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Eddie is great too. So
I guess I feel like once I pull him out, like then
it's real.
like things could happen.
Absolutely. No,
Like,
I love leaving
while
things
he's
in
in the
boxes,
box,
girl.
he's like,
Absolutely.
I actually have something else in the box, so it's not just Eddie.
Crickets?
What?
My Vendy Blendy door prize.
What's a vending money door
I got
prize?
like the icing
You
shaker.
where did you win it from? Wait, I remember this. Oh, I don't know if
remember.
she's still in business anymore. But she was
That one's a plug and play, ma'am. That just shakes it. But what she's doing, it's like they use it in a dental office.
Right, yeah, like
Technically.
the-
and
yeah.
what it did was it shook out the bubbles out of the teeth mold that you would use.
To be fair, I got it in November. Like life is crazy in November.
Listen, we are almost.
Which is why you need to do the midsummer sale
Yes,
because this is when you're
yeah,
you can
yeah.
literally be like laying at the pool watching Corey teach you how to take photos.
There you go.
when should we post that you can pendy the group?
For the Vendy blend.
Hey, pick a
Oh
day.
gosh.
Not too soon, por favor.
I think Darcy Heater Designs did that.
I think you're
Yes,
right. I think
yes,
you're
that's
right.
fair.
I think it
I
was.
wonder if she's still in business.
I don't know. Sometimes I have Vendy Blendy like
PTSD.
PTSD. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was thinking maybe, okay, August back to school. I was thinking September-ish time frame.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to my favorite part of the podcast now. So we do have Twinterest that we typically do.
Okay,
Yes.
this is Corey's idea. I thought it was a genius.
And
idea.
instead of doing Twinterest,
we're gonna
I
have
said,
Amy
let me
rest."
give Amy.
some of our favorite
Oh,
things that
Lord.
we tried to remember if we featured these in the podcast, but you have to open them up and show them to the YouTube channel. And we'll explain what they are in case we didn't. These were our favorites from the mall.
Our favorites from the mall that we have featured on the podcast. We said Amy could have some of our faves.
And we'll explain to you.
Oh,
Okay.
let's see.
This is a Yeti Diet Coke, right? Or use it as you choose.
Cheers.
I drink Zevias. Do you know what a Zevia is?
I don't.
So it's basically with stevia. So it's
Oh, nice.
supposed to be better for you than
Is it a
Diet
can
Coke.
thing?
Oh,
can.
different
That's why I was saying it's
edition.
in- yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
We
My
did.
favorite is cream soda, so I'll just stick it in there.
This will keep them cold for hours
Where,
and hours
where
longer.
could we get a
Thank you.
Zevia at? Wally?
I buy them at Costco.
Oh,
Do you
girl.
guys have Costco?
We do
do.
have Costco, but we ain't got no membership.
Ah,
might have to use
so
yours.
they're usually like, they're like, everything up Midwest pricing. They're pricey for Midwest,
Yeah.
and so it's like, but if you get them at Costco, it's like 54 cents a can, which is
Not bad.
because they're usually like closer to $2.
Shoot,
Wow.
that's a
But they're really good, but they're like all natural.
Didn't you want to just
and
talk
blah,
about
blah.
sharing a membership?
Yeah, we were talking about just using the same face on a membership, stealing. I'm just kidding.
Corey, this is Corey.
We're gonna do a
Costco's, you know.
family.
I have Sam's and Costco, so
Yeah.
we got 5. We do it for the pizza
That's what we were talking
and the
about.
rotisserie chicken.
That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about.
But yeah, I can get pizza from Costco or Sam's and feed my whole family for
like
like $20, which is insane.
That's
With a family of
that's
7.
good.
So
For
A family of 7 and 6 are men.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
eat a ton.
Okay, what is this one? I think I know what this one is because this is my favorite
Small.
one. Okay.
Small but my taste.
This is, let's see.
She's almost there. She's almost there.
Sorry to all you people online listening to Tigger.
Okay.
Oh,
This
fancy.
is Aveda. It's a peppermint thing. Reduces stress. Just cake it all over.
Yeah. She's going to use it all the way on the way home.
But it has a cooling sensation to it.
So if you put it on the back of your neck, you'll feel cooler.
If you're allergic to peppermint, don't. But
Just eggs.
And also what I learned, it's a mosquito repellent.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I heard you guys talking
you go.
about that.
that's a huge fan favorite of the Miracles.
Well, you know, Missouri, mosquitoes
Mosquitoes.
are pretty.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes are bad.
Mosquitoes.
Oh, got a skeeter bite.
Mosquito
So let's see what this one is. I think I remember.
Actually, in high school, I worked at a summer camp, and I kid you not, one day I counted 50 mosquito bites
Stop.
on one leg.
I'd hate that.
I would-
I would hate that.
It was the year that like they were supposed to be carrying
That's
diseases and stuff too.
Secret baggers. Okay, this is my favorite chapstick. It's from
Ah.
Sephora, which you'd find a Miracle Sister at a Sephora at any given time.
You will
But
not
I
find
really,
that Amy at.
I really like this in terms of it's the fresh. If you guys can't see what it's on YouTube, it's fresh chapsticks in the mint.
in the peppermint.
Peppermint.
I like mint
You're going to be so
stuff.
kissable. You might have child number 60 on the way.
No. So, literally yesterday, so I'm staying with my mother-in-law, and we used to live there, so there's lots of
Yes.
people I know there, and the lady leaned over and she's like, you trying for any more kids? And I'm like, no. I'm like, he's almost 7.
Yeah.
We're past diapers.
Amy,
so
you
we got
never
other
know.
things we're doing
I
in our
know.
lives. We're not doing
We got
any
ER
more.
visits. We got
Okay,
ER
this scissor we've talked about a lot.
Fancy.
This is a very sharp scissor, and I've gotten it for both of my grandmothers at Christmas, and I really like it.
Just call me old lady.
Listen, we either said this is going to put you back into the ER with the kiddos, or
Yeah.
it's going to be your favorite scissor.
These will be the ones hiding in the cookie room.
There you go.
So one of my sons really likes to cut stuff, and I
I
literally
cut
can
stuff.
never find my.
Is it the pizza cutter son?
No, that was Aiden. Aiden.
Aiden.
Yes. He about took his top of his finger off a pizza
Are
cutter.
you kidding me?
So crazy,
Was it a Costco
random.
pizza too?
No, it was Aldi pizza.
Okay, that is
Okay.
Super milk conditioning hair.
This
primer.
smells so. It smells like a holiday in a bottle.
You guys act like I have a health beauty routine. I have 5 kids.
I'm having problems, so you enjoy
I actually used this myself this morning. Not your bottle, I promise, but I used my own bottle.
Looks
It
empty.
smells. It's got like cinnamon, and it just smells so good. But it's like a leave-in conditioner that you can
Well,
put
it
in.
says lush. So does it smell lush?
Lush and
Thank
loose.
you, lady.
Yeah.
And all I brought was myself.
That's a gift in of itself, Amy.
delete more threads.
Okay, Amy, we did a whole podcast on this
What is that?
specifically. This is the La La Roche.
Okay.
Oh, fancy.
Yes, this is the chocolate we said was marketed really well at the mall, and when we did a Christmas in July with my sister last year.
Yummy.
Yum. You can
Fancy.
eat snack on that on the drive back.
Yeah, you don't have to
Should be
shower.
melted.
You eat it on the way to the mall when we go. No.
Okay, I think that takes us to the podcast. Thank you so much. Amy's in the group a lot. If she deletes your thread, it's not out of animosity.
never
No,
personal.
it's
It's
never.
always just to keep the group on track and a safe place. Because she says at the end of the day, it's dangerous in other groups.
Yeah.
Not in all groups.
But
I'm
you
saying-
know, being a baker is lonely. And sometimes you do need to ask, if my kid has hand, foot, and mouth, I'm sure you've had it 22 times in your family with how many kids you have. It's just nice to be able to come and not have some other baker be like, how dare you? No, you can ask those questions. And Amy just makes it a safe space. And
Well,
she's
I
totally
gotta say,
dedicated to it.
Amy puts herself in the shoes of if I ask this question,
Yeah.
would this response hurt my feelings? Would it
Right.
add to the solution or would it detract from my experience here? And so, what you guys don't really understand is Amy's your little guardian angel in your
She
threads.
is. She is.
Well, and really, when SCM first started, I don't think you guys realized that it was going to go as big as it went. And so there wasn't really even a need, you didn't think, for mod team. And then some things happened that were
Yes.
like, okay, like this doesn't feel good.
Yeah, as the group grew,
Right.
and there was a lot more personalities in
Yeah.
there. We did need someone, and Amy has such because she has 5 kids, she knows how to just be middle of the road. Here's the line in the sand, and that's
Well,
what you kind of
have to
need.
be fair overall.
Yes.
And so sometimes it makes somebody
Literally,
upset.
we'll see a thread and I'll be like, maybe Amy will get to it before we have to.
Yeah, I've learned that I can't expect. I have to be like, PSA, I'm not going to be available for 5 hours, so you're on your own.
Sometimes we're like, Amy's not here. The Lord has spoken. The thread's
No,
So if you ever see the group just totally locked down for the day, it's probably because I'm not available.
But we do appreciate you. Honestly, have been a godsend.
Thank you.
And I feel like you are our
2 years ago,
as well.
Amy was like, guys, as long as you know, I don't want to do this anymore. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate it. And I was like, Corey.
Heather said, Corey,
I had to go on there, like they wouldn't answer me, and finally I had to be like,
calling her.
April Fools.
Okay, we can do. You can take Tuesdays and Wednesdays after you
It
wake
was so
up.
sad because Heather like wrote me this note that was like, "Oh, we understand, but we're sorry." Like you could hear her tears through it, and I was like,
Amy, we were
"April
crying.
Fools."
I said, I even
It was the
said,
best
it's
one.
everything. Let
It
me
was
tell
the
you.
best one. But you have been such an asset to us. And we're getting ready to take you to the mall just to give you that steak dinner.
You
that
guys did. Didn't you guys were at the mall? Yeah, no, we went like yesterday, the day before that.
We had a prep. We had a prep for Amy. Yeah, that's how it works. So thank you guys for being on the podcast. You can follow Amy on Instagram at
Cookies,
Cake.
Taste,
I'll
Cake.
put it in the Wednesday newsletter nobody reads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can find Amy in the group if you have any questions. She did the live. You can find it on YouTube.
All you have to do is say a bad word, and I'll be right there.
Yeah.
She'll be gone. So.
Actually, fine.
Right. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Let me turn off my millions of